Okay. Come on, guys. Got some music.
State Farm makes it simple to get life insurance that fits your needs.
Grammarly is your personal writing assistant for clear emails, confident messages, stronger essays, and more to help you and your kids get work done from anywhere. Write with Grammarly, wherever you work. Download today at grammarly.com.
Let's play something with, essentially with that one was kind of laid back. Let's just get something with really some energy. You know, well, I was thinking more funk because of the horns, but would I open to anything?
A fast funk? Like, would you have something, an idea?
No.
Did you guys want? Dave,
Sure.
you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
What's that, Red?
Hey, Eric.
Do you guys know Coming Home Baby? Do you want to play through it real quick? Yeah. What are you doing, Grace?
I do it.
Is that a shuffle thing?
No, it's like, you do kind of like a boogaloo, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, yeah, I remember.
G minor. And then it goes da da. E flat. Right? Is it E flat instead of the 4 chord? Is that what happens?
I think so.
Kind of like Unchain My Heart.
Right.
Then it goes B flat. This is a break.
The best thing is to get thrown into the fire. That's what I always say about young musicians. You know, I got put on the spot when I was a kid by my father. Had to get up on that stage in the middle of a Clark Terry concert at 15 years old and sit in. And I was like, oh my God, you know. But, you know, you have to you rise to the occasion. But getting that kind of experience with, it doesn't have to be Clark Terry. It can be any good player of any genre of music, you know, and you get thrown into the mix there, and it certainly gives you a perspective on where you are at and where you need to go, where you need to be.
Quick version of the chicken. Time for another one?
Yeah. Great chicken.
You remember it? Not wait.
I signed up to be a dasher.
I feel good. I knew that I would. I feel good. I knew that I would now. Ooh, so good, so good. I got a you. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got a yo, I got a yo, I got a yo, I got a yo, I got, I.
relationships in this life, only one or two will last. You're going through all the pain and strife, you turn your back and they're gone so fast. Oh yeah, and they're gone so fast. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, so hold on to the ones who really care, 'cause in the end they'll be the only ones there. When you get old, start losing your hair. Can you tell me who will still care? Can you tell me who will still care? Oh, oh yeah. Ooh, ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, doo-ba, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba, doo. Oh yeah, ooh, ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, doo-ba, doo-da-ba, doo-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, doo. Oh yeah. Said, oh yeah, in a new bop the gone. Yeah, yeah. Plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. You can plant any one of those. Keep planting to find out which one grows. A secret no one knows. It's a secret no one knows. Oh, no one knows. Ooh, ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo-ba, doo-da-ba, doo-ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo. Oh yeah, ooh, ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo-ba, doo-da-ba, doo-ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo. Can you tell me? Oh, say you can, but you don't know. Can you tell me? Oh yeah, say you can, but you don't know. Can you tell me? Oh no, say you can, but you don't know. Can you tell me? Oh, say you can, but you don't know. Say you can, but you don't know. You don't know, don't know. Oh, ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo-ba, doo-da-ba, doo-ba, ba-doo-ba-da-ba, doo. Oh yeah, ooh, ba,
File with the help of an expert.
No, John, actually, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. Okay. It's got a little more spunk to it.
So shall I do an intro then?
I got you. I got you.
All right.
Let me unfortunately cut the song short because right when we go in, and I am screen sharing with you guys.
Yep, got it.
Okay. Cutting that. And let me get, you guys are viewing me, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure. I'll set up here, picks and bands. Awesome. And here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to our next Smite game. We have Khepwi Sons, UwU and Phenoms. My name is I Give Up First Bloods, Hercules MWP, and I am joined by my friends Never Pick Geb, Jack Dupe, and the one and only best carry in the league, Red Sniper.
No. Liability. Get it right.
Yeah,
I am the liability.
Take it away, guys.
All right. So welcome again to week number 5 of QSL. That's right, the Quack and Smite League. I am Red Sniper 23, joined by Hercules and Dutma. And we've got a banger of a match tonight. Khepwi Sons playing Phenoms. First ban comes out, and it is going to end up being the UwU. Herc, if you could move your camera. Excellent. There we go. Set being the next ban. First ban by Phenoms. Pretty standard so far. So as we're looking up and setting up bans, and the of course the Athena, because she needed that buff. But Dutma, what are you looking forward to in this game here?
Well, I think you've got to look at it from, if you're looking at just at a basic view, you're going to look at Phenoms to roll, right? The Khepwi have ever, they got their backs against the wall again. They've got a sub in. They're struggling. Phenoms on paper have some huge players. They've got great synergy. We've seen what they can do to teams, especially in a very short space of time if allowed to play their own game. But also we can't count Khepri out. We've seen what Khepri can do, especially if they start getting in their stride. They've got a couple of season 1 winners. They play really well when they get going, and I'm really looking forward to this being a lot closer than a lot of people might think it's going to be. But again, I don't know. It could just be what it's going to be at face value. But I really think Khepri can surprise a couple of people here, and I don't think Phenoms can take them lightly.
So, again, as you said, if you just look at it on paper, Phenoms are 3-1, a 6-2 game record against Khepwi, who is 1-3 a 4-7 game record. But looking at lock-ins so far, we have Giannis, which is probably going to be our mid lane, and Ratatotsker, and then a very strong carry in the Danza with a Tsukiyomi jungle. Cupid getting locked in now for Khepwi. Now I'm a carry, you're a support. Um, so what are you looking right now, just from the carry angle, a Danza and a Cupid, both very strong as carries. What would you like maybe to pair with them in support roles?
I think it can be, it's a bit early to say, especially with Danza and Cupid. Like, I think you've got to look at the top tier carries, well, supports even straight up. You're looking at Sobek, you're looking at Athena, and you sort of then go down the tier list. Which ones are not banned? We're gonna sort of go through those. It sort of depends what kind of comp you're gonna go for. We can't really see that until we get some of the later bans in. We can see maybe get some info from the 4th and 5th bans, like what people are banning out. If you sub see sucky bans coming through, you're looking at immobile mids and that kind of comp. You kind of don't want to get dived. So I kind of want to hold the support. I like holding support for 4th or 5th, but if you're gonna pick a support top 3, then I really want to see a top tier support. If that makes
So
sense.
a big focus onto the mids, as both the Thoth and the Scylla have been banned in 4th and 5th spot. The Chalk getting locked in for Phenoms. Hey, W Key. Interesting. It looks like it's going to be a Ymir support with the Danza. Now the last two bans were both a Sobek and a Cucullin. Again, both very strong. Sobek with the pluck, Cucullin with his great team fighting capability. Sylvanas being hovered at this point. And it is going to be locked in. So an interesting pickup there with the Cupid. Wait a second. Upwatch?
That was an
Oh, no
outpush.
way. Please, I will literally I'll make my night.
Wait a second here.
He thinks
What
he's
just
Venenu.
happened?
He thinks he's Venenu.
You can't do that. You just can't do that. What the heck is wrong with you? And here I am. I'm going to get proven wrong again. But the Anubis getting hovered here. I swear, if Khepwi wins this first game, I will eat my hat because I am just Upwatch, really. Anyway, the Anubis being hovered right now. Let's see if it's going to get locked in. Again, interesting. The mid lane. You either have a Giannis or you have an Upwatch. I don't know. I'm lost here. You have any insight for us, Dutma?
Well, I happen to be, former teammate of a lot of the people on Khepwi, and if I'm a gambling man, and I'm not, but I was in a past life, I'm putting my life savings on that being a Pwaj solo or support. That's not going mid. Never in a million years is that going mid.
Yeah, so you're thinking that that's probably Liam in the
I think that's
lane?
Liam's Upwatch solo, yeah, against Chuck.
Oh my goodness. I mean, to be honest, if I think about it a little bit more difficult, and the Neath is going to be picked up. Okay, that's I'm guessing that's a Neath mid lane into the Giannis, which okay.
Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. I saw Neath. I didn't realize that wasn't locked in.
Oh.
I apologize for that.
It's a hover?
I didn't.
Okay, so it was a Neath hover. So
yeah, I didn't realize. I thought it was locked in.
That's okay. But another one, interestingly enough. So we've got Ymir, Chalk, Tsukiyomi, Danza, but okay, so just talking about the solo lane here. Upwatch into a Chalk. Chalk is known for his sustain. He's known for that stupid little teleport where he throws his axe and then he runs at you quickly. Upwatch has the ability to sustain in lane through picking up the zombies. So scratching the head a little bit, that's interesting. So just looking at things right now, who do you think's gonna take game one?
Look, I think it's all gonna depend on how kindly the gods are frowning upon, looking upon
Cheers.
this Overwatch. So I think it's really a great pick. I like it into Chuck. I like the anti-heal. It's gonna really mess with Chuck. I think sure Vakis is not used to seeing an Overwatch run at him, especially not when he's playing Chuck. I haven't seen him. I know he plays a good bit of Chuck. I don't know how much though. Well, that's a free win, I guess, for who just surrendered. Yeah, it's a free win for Phenoms, and we'll go next. I guess.
I'm really confused.
I'm guessing there's got to be a remake, so just.
I'm really confused.
Happened.
Yeah.
I'm guessing something just happened. To Vegas. GGC. I highly doubt that they are willing to give it up that easy.
I'm really confused on my picks and bans. I'm saying.
So just give us a second. We're gonna figure out what in the world's going on here.
I'm really confused on how I screwed up my picks and bans.
So it's a quick remake.
Suki Danza, Ymir.
Are you kidding me? Okay. It is a Neath, by the way, in the bottom there. It was a Neath.
I don't understand. I was looking at.
I just want to check. Are you guys requeued to watch? Same password, by the way, Herc.
Okay. You just. Okay.
Sorry, they couldn't rent. They couldn't rent Cupid, so.
No, it's fine. I am just dumbfounded of how I somehow screwed something up in the picks and bans, and I am dumbfounded that I can't figure out why. But
we're just blind picking this one.
I figured it out. And
so so the question is,
I'm queued up.
Is he actually going to have the Cupid unlocked now?
They're blind picking it, and he has it rented now. So.
Okay, good. All right. So, just for those who are watching, we are going to have the same lineups. We're not going to go through a picks and bans phase. We're just going to blind pick everything in. We're going to get in as quick as possible, and Cooter needs to stop trolling us. So
yeah, just are you guys ready? Are you queued up?
We're ready.
Perfect.
Yep,
we're gonna start it up now.
I'm sure. And this stream is not brought to you by St. Brendan's Irish Cream Liqueur. We're not sponsored yet. Cheers.
Yet. Although if they are listening, I have no problems with Middleton Distillery if they want to sponsor either. Holding a Redbreast Irish 12-year pot still whiskey.
There we go.
Yeah, I am all about this right now. This is absolutely gorgeous. It is triple distilled, matured in ex-bourbon casks, and I am the biggest fan of this thing right now.
That sounds yummy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To all of you magnificent bastards.
Bottoms up. Oh, that's good. I might look into that. I'm always looking for a good whiskey.
It depends on what you like, but I happen to be a little into my whiskey, so it depends on what you're looking for. I also have a Angel's Envy bourbon here.
Ooh,
phenomenal.
Is Angel's Envy pretty good?
Oh, brown sugar, baking spices, and then like stewed plums on the end because it's finished in port wine. So it's absolutely gorgeous.
Nice.
I love it, but I'm a sipping whiskey sucker. So
yeah, me too.
I'm just gonna take a shot.
No.
Sip on this thing for a while.
Exactly. You gotta have good whiskey.
Yes. So anyway, speaking on sipping on something here, we've got a game that we're getting into, and I'm hoping that this is gonna be a good one. So again, we have Khepwi Sons UwU. I hate that name, and I'm gonna have to say it, but we have got Khepwi Sons against Phenoms here. Again, I am Red Sniper 23, joined by the wonderful, lovely Dutma and the man himself, Hercules. So, interestingly enough, we've got a Sylvanas Cupid duo lane going into a Ymir Danza. And Cupid is starting out very, very safe. But same thing. Interesting here. I was expecting maybe a Morningstar start from either of the carries, but they're not going to do that. They're going into rank 1 of Devos right away. An interesting chalk is going to go into the tier 2. I'm guessing that's going to be... I don't think it would be a trans. It might be, though.
Is that auto attack chalk in solo? If he's going trans, right? That's gonna be like full damage.
Yeah, if it is a trans, it's gonna be auto attack chalk, which is just gonna be absolutely hilarious. Which means he'll probably pick up mannequins a little later too.
I think it's just gonna be interesting because you can see the tainted steel's already picked up for the upwatch. The anti-heal against that chalk is gonna be like actually disgusting. He's not gonna be able to heal anything. It's like he's gonna have nothing on his 3.
Absolutely nothing.
And the cap there is going to be absolutely phenomenal for him as well, because that could go into, and he can go one of 2 ways. He can either take away some of the healing, or depending on which hat he gets, he could either take away some of the healing, and again putting more of that anti-heal into chalk, or he could actually boost his own healing. So we'll see which cap he does get there in the solo lane. But Upwatch actually beats Chalk into lane, but he's going to sit back. I don't think the Suki has been spotted, but Suki is there, waiting for this early level 2 pick, but it's not going to be there.
He had to have known he was there.
Yeah.
I think that could just be really good game sense by Liam. Like if you see the Chalk W King, there's no real reason. He's just gonna, sort of, Upwatch doesn't need to push up there. It's no real good. I think it's just a really good play for Liam. We got something over here by Oracles.
Ooh, 4-man rotate over here by the Oracles. They are going to pick up the Oracles real quick. That is going to be Phenoms. Just a reminder real quick to change the
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But again, getting into a laning phase, the 4 will split back into their respective lanes as the farming phase continues here. As we begin game number 1 of the set here, week 5 of QSL season 2. An interesting and spicy pick. We talked about the Upwatch earlier. But the Neath in the mid lane trying to keep up with this Giannis is also going to be an issue. Generally speaking, a Giannis is going to be, being that he is highly mobile, he's going to be able to influence other lanes very easily. I think maybe the Neath arrow, utilized similarly to the Giannis ult, although it's going to be more, I don't know, would you see that? Would you see it more as a setup? Ooh, as Cupid gets very, very low, and Cooter is going to survive just barely. He is going to heal up, popping one of those pots and using the Death's Toll to great effect to try and heal back up. But that was a scary moment there, being dragged under tower, and the invade, the purple buff, is going to be picked up by Phenoms, and good pressure here in the duo lane. So again, just talking about this Neath in the mid lane real quick. Are you expecting the Neath to be more of a match for Giannis, or is this going to be something that maybe in late game it's just going to be an alt bot, essentially?
Yeah, I don't really think you're expecting this Neath to match the Giannis for out lane pressure. I think the Neath is just there for late game. I'm pretty sure Phenom style of play, they don't really play through mid, they play a lot through duo lane. As you can see, they've already rotated onto Oracles, they're already pressuring purple, they're getting relics, that they play a lot through early into, especially when you've got Brownside and Duck, 2 of the strongest players in their respective roles in that lane. So I think the Neath, really going to be for late game shred. Like, you've now got double Hunter, right? So you're going to be absolutely pounding objectives, pounding towers, and looking for a quick end if it starts to snowball.
Brownside picking up the first kill over there in the duo lane. That is going to be Cooter falling for first blood over to Phenoms. So interesting pressure. You did say, again, Phenoms likes to play through duo lane. We have seen Brownside play 3 different roles at this point. And now he's playing support for whatever reason.
It's his main role.
Yep, main role.
Yeah, so so you know, Brownside Giannis solo in in I don't know how many games in prospects was just disgusting. I had him end up running at me in duo lane once. That was interesting, and now he's on a Ymir that if he's half as good on the Ymir, which since he is now main rolling and they are going to grab oracles once again. But if he is half as good on the Ymir as he was carrying against me, I kind of feel sorry for what Khepwi's going to have to deal with in that duo lane.
Yeah, I've played against him last night on it. I played against him before, and he was playing with Ganesh. He ran a mirror against me and just totally ran me down. I was played awfully, but that guy really is a strong Amir. I haven't seen an Amir stronger than it so far, including like anyone in this league. So I think it's really something you got to work out for. I mean, top 3 ban is not even out of the question at that point. I mean, I know you kind of can't, but I'd love it personally. I don't want to see that running at me.
And the talk coming out from the Dons, Cupid will be able to dash out of it. But
we have a gank mid.
we were just talking about him.
There it is.
Going to end up getting kill number 2. Again, generally you don't give kills over to your support, but the Ymir picking up 2 quick kills, and that is going to be another one in the mid lane.
Can we see the damage numbers real quick? I kind of want to see how much damage this Amir has done so far in the early game. I feel it's a lot.
1,200 so far.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like the solo laner's been boxing. Dan's has shot a couple of shots, but then in the mid fight, the Amir basically pretty much did all the damage. That's kind of insane. From a support with he doesn't even have damage boots.
I do have to laugh though, as we all know Weekend's joke of 667. Well, your rat's at 64 right now, so let's see what happens. As the junglers again have been farming mostly, there's not been a lot of interaction yet. However, Chalk is going to come in. The ult's going to be used onto the Aplach. The Aplach ult
That's a really
coming out
nice
as well. That is going to be a beautiful turnaround, but it's not going to be enough, as dual Pegleg going to pick up Liam in the solo lane. Now the Suki is going to be able to get out of there. Maybe
great wall
comes in. Beautiful wall by the Ymir.
My speeds.
Look at that Brownside on a killing spree on the support Ymir, as Yuri is going to fall. Rat gonna go down. And now Brownside's just being mean. As the damage comes through, the ult's gonna be used, as Sylvanas is gonna lose about half.
We got Neath here as well.
Not even half of his health, as Neath is gonna rotate as well. Skeet's coming over, about 2/3 of the health left on the Sylvanas. He is going to miss the pluck. But that one there, so ultimately a 2-for-1 in favor of Phenoms. A good quick kill over on Tabakis, but again, both
Cupid's in trouble here.
And Liam falling. And again, Cooter going very, very low, getting out-pressured on this Cupid.
I think that's kind of a, kind of unfortunate that Brownside managed to pull off, what was a really good play there, because that for the most part was really great by Khepwi. You saw the Rat ult come in, Suki was in a lot of trouble, and it wasn't until Brownside showed up right at the end that fight actually turned for Phenoms. It's kind of unfortunate. I think that shows, like we were trying to say, that you can't really count Khepwi out. They have really good rotations. That was really great communication between the Appwatch and the Rat to keep him stalled there.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually up a level. Oh no, sorry, he's down. I'm trolling. Can't read.
But it was interesting that the rotation did come out, and it wasn't just a one-man rotation. The support also came over. Oh, beats being used, but that is going to be a ult coming out of the Giannis and the portal. The Suki ult coming in. The tower going to be able to do some damage. Caltrop's going to be dropped, but Giannis is going to live. Nobody's going to die so far, but the Tsukiyomi getting caught out. Goodbye, Pegleg Yuri picks up the second kill for the Khepwi Suns.
It's a great rotation from Appwatch. Like, really, the Suki dived a bit hard there. I mean, as soon as I feel the beads came through and he portaled through, he was kind of out. Then you're just kind of behind them all. There's nothing really even the Amir can do for you at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even then, I mean, we talk about these rotations as we see Phenoms with about a 2200 XP and gold lead at this point. about 9 minutes into the game, 9.5. We're coming up to. Oh, as here comes another one. Chalk gonna have to use the ult to disengage. The immunity coming out from that, but again, not gonna be any real seriousness or serious problem here. As Chalk is just gonna use his sustain, almost catching him is Liam on this upwatch. But again, here comes the rains, and Upwatch is just gonna have to run away, but it looks like he's gonna get caught. Here comes Suki. Here comes the Neath ult. That's the ult used on the other way, and they're not gonna be able to turn that fight, as Liam will fall to peg leg, and 5-2 now the score in favor of the Phenoms. Ooh, Donza ult coming in. Cupid getting very, very low. We say that over and over again, where Cooter has gotten very, very low, and, well, there goes... Oh, Giannis just barely getting out of it, using the portal, but he's not going to be able to as the Suki ult comes in, and that is going to be picked up. But Yuri is going to pick up Peg Leg on the backside. The Ymir wall comes out, but it's going to be not in time, as the Rat will dash away and back safely, getting under Fountain again. When all is said and done, one apiece, 6-3 our score, 10.5 in, almost 11 now. This is getting spicy. This is getting very spicy. Yeah, sure.
Coming for you. It won't hurt.
Yeah. And not only that, yeah, he's got Thieves Gauntlet and Reinforced Boots. He just picked up Stone, level one Stone. Interesting here, as again, it's a Ymir. I mean, it's sort of that old school back. Oh man, season 1, season 2, where, you know, the Ymir was dealing a lot of damage, and the Ares would pressure you by dealing damage. It wasn't so much about the hard CC that they brought, it was about pressure by damage. Now...
I think the Rat scored out here in mid.
Oh, the ult
he just ulted out.
used. Yeah, he just had to ult out of it, as he will climb up into the World Tree and jump down behind to his speed buff. But again, Phenoms playing in the jungle of Khepwi at this point, where the Tsukiyomi is going to pick up a couple more camps on the right-hand side, and they are going to start up, Phenoms is going to start up the Scorpion here over in the Fury Pit, and that is going to be the first objective falling over. Not major objective, but at least the first Scorpion. And the Donza ult comes out. The dash is going to have to be used by Cupid. That is also going to be his beads, to make sure the stun does not take effect. But again, this pressure here by Duck, or Squirtle, onto King Cooter, just is oppressive. It's not even just bad, it is oppressive at this point. I mean,
I will point out that he went and he's starting a Berserker Shield before he finishes his Gauntlet. I am not 100% sure I agree with that move. And I think it's delaying. I think it's delaying his power spike just a little bit.
I also agree. I think it is delaying his power spike, because Phenoms will pick up the Gold Fury here. The stun's going to come out from the Rat, and Tsukiyomi's just going to farm a little bit. The issue that he's finding is Berserkers will give him a little bit of power, but it's also going to give him a little bit more sustain. As Brownside is here, the Rat ult is going to come out, and it's just going to save his life. 1 HP, that Rat survives a onslaught by the Ymir. First tower has fallen, and actually mid-tier 1 has also fallen in favor of Phenoms at this point.
Nice blink.
And oh wow, that was gorgeous. The CC chain there. Oh, but Ymir is going to get caught out. Brownside will finally fall. He is going to be shut down by Goat Boy. The 3 kills now being added to a death to the side of Brownside. as I was gonna say, so the Berserker shield coming out there is more for sustain in the armor department. It's not the greatest pickup if you can lifesteal. The problem is he's not being afforded the opportunities to lifesteal right now. There is so much pressure from this Danza, especially with the money bags in play, where he is spitting out abilities fast enough that the Cupid is not being able to auto fast enough to keep himself alive. And so he has to resort to something else. That is the Berserker shield. But it still may not be enough here. As Alplach gets caught out a little bit, the ults are coming in. Here comes the Neath arrow. It's going to hit the Rat instead, but that means that the Rat is going to be in trouble. Shock gets hit by a couple of power shots. Excellent. The ult comes out from Sylvanas. Shock's going to blink away, but Vacus is going to... Goat Boy getting the dot damage kill. And that is going to be Suki dropping the Caltrops. And uh-oh, is Sylvanas going to get caught out now? It looks like the Ymir wall, the Ymir ult. That is one tanky tree, but is it going to be enough? As the Ymir damage burst comes out. And finally, Goat Boy will drop by the hand of Skeet, as will Tier 1 Tower here in the solo lane. Another one, 8-5 our score, 16 minutes in. Again, people were thinking maybe this was going to be a roll, but this has gotten very close.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunication there.
unfortunately, like you were saying though, like these fights are close, and the skirmishes are close, the kills are close. But Khepwi 8k gold down, well 7,000 right, and about 10,000 XP. So the fact that they're that far down and holding engagements, I feel shows Khepri Sun's really, their team fight prowess. The rotations are really good. The Giannis is coming through, the Rat's coming through, but the only thing costing them at the moment is levels. And to be honest, it's Amir. Like the Upwatch, a solo, people were like, you're gonna buy your cap off if they win. This Upwatch is doing huge right now. 2 people just dived it and it walked away, and then they got a kill on the Fed solo laner. It was huge.
Yeah, and not only that, but the Upwatch is not only even, but actually it looks like he's actually got the advantage in this lane. In fact, he's got more player damage, he's got a kill, whereas the Chalk doesn't have any. And he's actually leading in items for the time being. Again, he has a starter item where the Chalk doesn't. The Chalk does have the Evolved Trans, now into Pridwin as well. But, oh man, this is just crazy. I was not seeing the Upwatch at this point, but it's completely viable into the Chalk right now. At least, I should say, Liam is making it work into the Chalk right now.
Yeah, it's Liam won a massive comfort pick for him. He's huge on it, and I was really waiting this whole league to see it come out, and I'm so glad it's finally come out now.
I think it's more so a testament to how comfortable and good he is on Alplush. Because I tried to play him the other day, and it was just really bad.
It looked like it's going to be a free only Fury for Phenoms. They don't think they can defend it. If you actually look, I don't think Khepwi has a ward above, like, basically their own purple line, right? All those wards are deep jungle wards for Phenoms. There's not really a lot Khepwi can do. They've got no vision.
They do have one near the Fire Giant pit on the right side of the little island there, but not enough to actually be of use. There's nothing deeper than halfway, and even then I don't see anything halfway. Sentry Ward is coming out for Phenoms close to the mid lane on the backside of the Pyro. But again, I mean, yeah, vision is sort of everything when it comes to engagements, but I gotta say the Khepwi Sun's engagement here is we're gonna let you engage on us, and we're gonna turn every fight we can. As Yuri getting very, very low, and the rat's gonna be able to blink away. That should not have worked. That should have been a dead Ratatosker. And Yuri gets away with it.
The fact of support to run through the jungle and, you know, blink onto a T2 tower without punishment is just kind of testament to how much Phenoms are kind of, you know, dominating this game. As much as we can, you know, give the positives to Khepwi, and there are a lot of positives to take from Khepwi, Phenoms, we can't take away the fact that Phenoms are absolutely ruining this game right now. They're 10k up, and that's the Fire Giant.
Agreed, and Phenoms will get the Fire Giant. The Giannis ult does come in, but it's not going to be enough. Or I should say, it's not going to be at the correct time. The Ymir wall coming out, the ult coming out from Liam, but Squirtle is going to pick up his second kill of this game. I mean, looking at it, it's not like we see this major pop-off by somebody. You know, it's not like watching Davies just wreck face in the jungle, or watching, you know, Coda go crazy, or what, you know, there's nothing there to say that somebody is just, you know, rolling, and that's the main point of focus. Here in this game, as Pegleg will pick up Yuri again, he's only got 4 kills, but he's got 2 deaths. The team is working well together as the 5-man death ball now coming down mid lane to take down the next Phoenix. Unless,
this could be an end here.
Yeah, this could be an end. They are just going to show up here as the Hearts of Love coming out. The Ymir ult also. Finally, that is going to be the first kill for King Cooter, but that is not going to be enough to sustain the game. And Phenoms will win 10-6 in the kills department at 21 minutes. Against Khepwi Suns.
That's the, no, like I said, right at the start of the game, the double hunter shred, you saw it right there. They just made the call. They knew how much damage they had. They burned it in literally what we thought while we were talking about King Kua. I think the sentence was finished and the time was dead.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah,
I think
it was very, very quick. And again, looking at it, the Neath went pretty well. I mean, a little bit of pen, a little bit of shred. But went trans, which is kind of expected. Death Toll as well. Danza, you know, with the Devos, with the Oboe, that is more of like what we've seen, like a Panda Cat build on the Danza, but very interesting there. And again, I mean, looking at details, the damage really doesn't, you know, Stone of Fall. Yeah,
it's huge.
That was
I
absolutely
like that a lot,
devastating.
actually, on him.
Yeah.
I think, like, I mean, like what you said, that no one's really running around this map and just rolling everything. I think if you're going to talk about anyone doing that, it's definitely Brownside, right? He just absolutely ran that game from the first minute. He was running it. Blink freezes were insane, walls, everything. He's everywhere on that map, and I don't think that game really rolls as hard, especially that early game with that team comp without him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, to be honest, Brownside, you know, diving into tier 2 towers and not being punished for it, running around from solo to duo and back again, pressuring into, and then, you know, eventually being there to help take the Fire Giant. I mean, he was involved everywhere he needed to be. And his team was around there to back him up too. I mean, looking at player damage, it's pretty even across the board on both sides. I mean, again, Liam is going to have a little bit of an advantage, but I mean, Squirtle coming out with 9,800, Pegleg coming out with 9,700. I mean, I will say, Brownside, the lowest damage was Vacus in the Soul Link for Phenoms.
That's just Vacus is trash, man.
But Brownside ended up 4th on the team, just below the mid laner. That is just crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put us into the.
Yeah, and Ruben's correct. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
I think what was, like, for me, a lot really interesting about that game was, I'm not even sure if it was intentional, but Phenoms, like, maybe they did this into, you know, they knew Khepwi Suns had a really good team fight, because that game finished 10-6. There wasn't, there's not non-stop, there was non-stop action, there wasn't non-stop kills and team fights. I don't, there was never an actual 5-on-5 team fight, which is what Khepwi's really good at. And maybe, I don't know if Phenoms did the homework or something, but they avoided that and rolled them. They completely, you know, there was never a fight, so Khepwi can't really do what they do best. then
Yeah,
that's
no,
either a tactical masterclass or a pure fluke. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, looking at Khepwi when they were fighting their best, when I mean, obviously they're 4-7 now, 4-8 in the game total. But when you look at what they've done to win their games and win the set that they have, it was because they pushed that team fight. They waited until late game and they were able to push that team fight advantage towards the late game. I mean, I still remember them playing. Oh, who was it exactly? I think it may have been Dharmic, where they took a game from Dharmic. How did they take a game from Dharmic? They literally stole a fire giant and beat them in a 5-on-5. And they were able to roll down a Phoenix. That was the only way they won that game. They had been losing the entire time that that game was being played, and then they just they won a team fight. They got a pick, they won a team fight, and boom, it was done. But an interesting game number one. Phenoms does pick up the first win here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I got to give my MVP for game number one to Brownside on that one.
Yeah.
He was just where he needed to be when he needed to be, and it allowed Phenoms to do what they do best. And they kind of said, we're not necessarily going to play our quote unquote style. What we're going to do is not going to let you play your style. And I think that flexibility speaks to the strength of Phenoms.
Just before we go into game two, I give game one MVP to Brownside. I think he just controlled the board way too much to set up his team. And here we go, guys.
All right. So as we're getting into it, again, game number one goes over to Phenoms. Coming up next, game number two, getting into picks and bans shortly as we're getting all set up here. I'm looking forward to this one. And here's the thing, it wasn't like it was this massive thing that you just saw. Oh, Phenoms is going to just take this thing and run.
Sorry. Ignore that.
No worries. But it wasn't this massive thing where like Phenoms is just going to take it and run. Literally, it was little bit here, a little bit there. The snowball really did start out small and just kind of run for a little bit. So, and then eventually, yeah, the double hunter tread comes through once again. So, just based on what we've seen in game one, as the set and syllabans come out, you expecting a little more of the same here, dude? Or are you kind of looking for something maybe a little spicier in game two?
I think again, like I'm never counting Khepwi out, especially now. I don't know if you're aware. Khepwi is, I think they might have Telly back in. I'm not 100% sure.
Yes,
I think
they do. They do
yeah,
have Telly
so
back
Telly's back in. They've got a full roster for probably the first time in literally forever. I feel like a Frozen song singing that. But like, Khepwi now have a full roster. This is the roster they practice in scrims. They all play together. They know their strengths. Now they can start playing to it. They know what Phenoms are going to bring. They know they're going to bring aggressive supports. Khepwi now have a game to chill out. And now they can start. I feel Khepwi now can bounce back. This is a team with a lot of experience. They're not going to get tilted that they lost the game. They're not going to get flustered that they had a sub in game one. They're going to come back, and I think we're going to see something here. And I think running a King Arthur from Liam is a pretty good way to show that you're here to play. It's not a passive support. It's really there to WQ.
And a Raijin as well in the mid lane. Again, we're seeing that Danzaburo back in the duo lane for giving Duck Danza is not exactly a great thing, but we'll see how it works. As again, taking a look at the bans, Athena taken off the table, Apollo taken away, Set taken away, kind of expected so far. The ban on the Ratatosker, I like. It's sort of a respect ban out of the first game. Rat was able to be, if nothing else, a nuisance.
Getting away with 0 HP, basically.
Yeah, multiple times he had 0 HP and still somehow magically was still able to get into the fountain without gray screen. So, I mean, kudos to the Rat for living that. Looking at second and third picks here for Phenoms. Let's see what they want to do, if they're going to run back the Ymir or not. Giannis is going to be locked in. So again, Raijin and Giannis are mid lane most likely. Bastet hovered and locked as well. So again, the kitty cats coming to take. I hate Bastet, and this is just me because the body blocking freaking felines just piss me off at every corner they possibly can. But on her gonna be brought in for against the Danza this time. So interestingly enough, that on her as an early game god kind of falls off towards the end a little bit, but Danza very strong. Um, I don't know. Do you like the on her into the Danza?
Yeah, I mean it's a direct counter. I mean the odds the classic. If you see Danza, you're gonna look on her. They can't really ult you. You're feeling really good about it. It's another. I feel like yeah, as well being a counter pick, you're looking at Khepwi, another aggressive pick. I think Khepwi had to play.
And
I
again,
can't
now
believe
the
Rube blocked
Ymir ban
Bastet,
comes
by the
out.
way. Oh yeah, I can't believe they kind of picked Bastet there and didn't go for him here. I
Yeah.
think they probably want to try something different, maybe a slightly different comp. But I would have really, I don't really understand Bastet over him either. But maybe they're winning to see.
And very interesting that the on her was locked in, but the fourth ban is a Scotty from Phenoms,
Actually, hold on a
and
second.
Geb gonna be locked away.
Oh, hold on a second. My bad. Ignore that.
Uh-oh. Okay. It was not a Scotty.
How did I screw that up?
Sometimes it jumps on you. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it is a Sobek taken away. So Sobek, Ymir, Geb, and let's see what the last ban is from Phenoms here. NMR's asking, how did Skeet do on the Neath? Didn't do too bad. Was not able to get into the late game and just be the absolute, hawker that a Neath is, where you're just throwing out mystic arrows the entire time. But
Ults were good though.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Some good ults.
The Tsukiyomi now being banned away by Phenoms as well. Again, let's see what this what I'm struggling here, as Sylvanas is going to be picked up again. And again, I mean, to be honest, Sylvanas was not the problem in that last game. He actually played quite well. As the oh, come on, not the Kronos.
Are we seeing like a change? Are they running double carry, or are they
Oh my
changing up what's
goodness.
going on?
I don't know.
Fenrir
don't
support. Fenrir support, man.
Fenrir support
with
Kronos
Kronos
and the
carry.
Soul, most likely. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Kronos carry. That's gonna be a Kronos carry, and that might be Bastet solo then.
Trying to keep us guessing.
Oh come on, guys! You just
Finally, I've been waiting all season to see an Awelix comp.
Yep, there it is. We did have an Awelix comp last game that I was able to cast last night, actually. Quite effective. Now this one, so on her's got a knockup.
Sylvanas.
Sylvanas has a knockup. Does Raijin have a knockup? I don't think
No,
he
but
does.
King Arthur does.
King Arthur does, yes. King Arthur's got that.
Two. His two.
Yes, his two. This is interesting because from what I'm seeing here right now, the front to back team fight favors Khepwi Suns. If we get into team fights, that is a Khepwi advantage. However, this is a big however. Fenrir, Bastet, and Danza.
Hold on a
Kronos
second.
there a little bit.
Hold on. You gotta see this. You gotta see who's on which role.
Why do I feel like I'm going to be smacking my head against the table here?
Vacus.
So brown side.
Vacus on
It's
the
Kronos solo. Yeah.
It's a Kronos solo. Okay.
A Giannis carry?
Wait. That's a what?
That's Giannis ADC with Danza mid.
A little BM, isn't it?
Now they're just trolling us.
That's a little BM, isn't it?
I think they wanted to try a Giannis carry for a while.
Yeah, they probably did.
I mean, unless they're switching up roles, unless Squirrel's going into the mid lane.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I mean, it is a possibility, and Skeet could be playing. Well, I've seen Donza in the jungle. It is semi-viable with how strong he is right now. But, or not in the jungle, in the mid lane. But yeah, I'm not. Yet again, yes, the Green Knight skin for the King Arthur. Oh, I love it. Yes, that is a tree, ladies and gentlemen. That is the King Arthur tree.
I have never seen that.
I love it. So there are multiple videos where people have literally just stood in corners as King Arthur and instantly pop out and get a kill because they stand there as a tree and people don't realize that the tree is actually a player.
Oh, that is too funny.
Now, they have added more motion to it to make it look less like a piece of terrain, but it is still really, really funny. All right, there we go. The HUDs are back up, and we're getting into it. That is going to be Giannis heading over to the... Yeah, Giannis Fenrir over in the duo lane with a... I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. A Chronos solo.
I really don't hate the Chronos solo, actually. I think it's really good.
I don't hate it either.
I've seen Haddix do it. That's about it.
I've seen the Chronos solo before. The Giannis is the interesting pick right now. The Giannis carry is the one that kind of has me scratching my head. As King Arthur is getting very, very low, Chronos is... Vacus is just hitting what he can on this Chronos.
I think if, Phenoms are running the full comp, as in if mid Khepwi's playing, and that's a brown side Giannis AD carry, I'm less skeptical even. Yeah. But I've not seen Duck play Giannis, and I've known him, played them a decent amount. But maybe he has recently, I don't know.
I've seen him play Giannis mid. I've never seen him play Giannis carry. So I don't know how he's gonna build this.
Proud of Tahuti.
Yeah,
just like he's gonna build it just like a mid laner.
I mean, that would make the most sense. Just build it as a mid laner, go Rod, go, maybe go something spicy, like a Hecate or something like that, but even then I wouldn't do that. But yeah, just build it as a mid laner. But we'll see how it's going to stack up against the early game pressure of an On-Her. I was really expecting the Donza to be over here again, as we do have the Wheelix coming in, ganking onto the knockup is going to happen, and that is going to be one dead Chronos. Goodbye, Father Time. Have a little bit of a break. 5 seconds into gray screen, and we have first kill over to Khepwi Sons.
It's a really nice guy. It was kind of unlucky, or maybe a bit unfortunate for that, because he didn't get either of them there. But, that's a great guy from Khepwi Sons, and, they're starting to get some pressure here. Although they might lose blue for it, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, a little on the, I don't know, not expected side, but expected from Phenoms to kind of, okay, we've lost something, what can we gain instead? And noticing that the blue buff really wasn't being watched, they pick it up real quick. King Arthur moving over to the totem. Interestingly enough, the interplay so far, I know we're only 4 minutes into the game, but the interplay so far has been more towards solo. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you could hear that, but I have a couple of neighbors that need to express how small their manhood is by revving cars.
Couldn't hear it.
Okay, good, excellent. My microphone is doing its job. Thank you. But interestingly enough, I'm waiting for the Awilix interplay to